The Iarina belt, a thick barrier of asteroids dividing planet Etheria from Draxel, serves as the best and last line of defense between Draxel and any invading force coming from Alliance space. Navigable only by the corridor, a narrow pathway kept open by magnets. Few have ever braved this barrier to attack Draxel. Fewer still have survived travel in the belt outside of the corridor. At this moment, that is exactly what the newly formed Zodiac Task Force is trying to do.
Watch it, kid! You nearly hit that one! You're gonna get us killed before we even get to Etheria!
I feel sick.
Did you take enough of the serum General Capricorn gave us? It'll take care of hyperstar travel. Especially when Libra's flying.
We did, Mr. Leo. It's just our first time in space, and it's not as fun as we thought.
Especially if some glore bag is flying through the Iarina meteor belt like it's some vid game.
Oh, come on now. It ain't that bad. You kids should be having a blast. I had to wait way past your age to get into space, let alone fly like this.
I'm pretty sure that was because you made the Academy instructors nervous on day 1. You couldn't just drive in like a normal person, could you?
Alright, Leo, you know what? The Argons have always made grand entrances. Now, as Jason Argon, how would that have looked if I had just been like everybody else?
Look out!
Huh? Oh, don't you worry your pretty little head. Hang on tight, y'all. I'm on this. Whew. That's how I like 'em. Real close.
Maybe you should just keep your eyes forward and the rest of us leave the flying to him.
That sounds like a good idea.
If we make it to Etheria, I'm putting you on my list.
Make way for the Noble Council. Make way!
Let us cast our attention now to a few days prior to our hero's perilous journey and join the Noble Assembly at Castle Draxel. Following the attack by Koa Eden and the Anomaly, King Consta lays comatose with no healing craft being able to wake him. As his condition worsens, the Noble Council is called to discuss the recent attack, King Consta's condition, and the growing threat of Starkron at their door. Accompanying the council is Iborian, an Etherian envoy come to entreat the council to relieve his besieged world.
This is a disaster. Those anomaly rebels nearly damaged one of my villas. The dragon also killed more of my bodyguards. Imagine the rest of the damage they've done. We need to deal with this now.
Although I don't share in the concern for personal property quite as much as Noble Ares, I must agree that this threat must be dealt with immediately.
We must also remember we are here to consider what must be done about King Consta.
Of course, King Consta. His condition hasn't gotten better, has it?
Sadly, it seems not.
Worse, my Lord Aquario, is that our surgeons have found no way to cure him. I do not even know what caused his malady.
Indeed. Taking on Draco proved more costly for our dear sovereign than we could have imagined. He should never have gotten involved.
He defended his planet. He acted bravely. I, for one, commend him for that. Of course, harnessing the power of the Forge might have cost him his life, but it was the only thing that could stop Draco.
Well, I just wish he'd done it before Draco had gotten to my villa.
Quiet.
But what of your vaunted Zodiac Task Force? Were they not at the scene? Why could their powers not save the day, I wonder?
You expected my team, who had just acquired their weapons and power, to use them expertly?
I must agree, without any training. What were we to expect of the task force?
Here. Also they charged into that fray with no knowledge or training, buying the rangers time to assist with evacuation and giving King Consta time to arrive.
I just wish they'd arrived before Draco got to my villa.
Quiet, Ares.
No one is calling their bravery into question. Merely, should we rely on them now, given that inexperience?
I believe we can.
I second that motion.
As do I.
I as well.
Oh, perhaps they can be attached to my bodyguard to...
Ares, be quiet!
Very well, we shall keep the task force. If that be the case, however, I propose for their first mission, we have them hunt down that villainous Coa Eden and his wretched anomaly.
That seems sensible, given that they are our biggest threat now. I'm still amazed that he was able to escape despite being trounced by King Consta.
That is not our biggest concern. My question is, what of Starkron? His conquest of Etheria puts him nearly at our doorstep.
And what of King Consta?
All valid concerns of which we are here to discuss. Let us address them in order. On the matter of Coa Eden and his rebels, we must quash them now, before they gain any more strength. Perhaps this is something our Zodiac Task Force can manage?
That would be a misuse of talent and purpose. Besides, we have already assembled the task force to deal with the threat of Starkron. I have already put some of my finest rangers to the task of hunting down Coa Eden and patrolling the cities. With the anomaly defeated and Coa Eden being severely injured, they should not prove overwhelming to our elite forces.
But what about the coasts? I have a wonderful...
If you put your villas and bodyguards above the safety of our planet one more time, I will personally have the guards remove you, Lord Ares.
Oh, very well. I suppose we all must make sacrifices in these trying times.
Lord Ares' comments notwithstanding, I do share the concern about anomaly. They are here now. How can we mount a defense at our front if there's a threat at our backs?
I understand your concerns, my lord, but I am afraid Starkron poses a much bigger threat. If you will permit me, I would like to invite Iborian, diplomat and Etherian representative of the Galactic Alliance, to speak on this matter.
It is a bit unorthodox, but as Chamberlain of this council, I will allow it.
Guards, please allow entry to Iborian.
Nobles of the Council, I thank you for my attendance and bring both greetings and pleas from my people.
Iborian, you are welcome. I know of your quality, and I am pleased to have you here. However, time is short, so please speak your cause.
I will, my lord, as time is a commodity of which I too have none. The planet I call home is no longer in the care of my people. Darkron and his queen's Sidera Mortis have crushed what little forces we had and are now subjecting my people to tyranny and torturous acts of which we have never known before. I beg upon this council and entreat upon our mutual pact as members of the Galactic Alliance for you to come to my people's aid. Please send your Claudic Rangers, or better still, the recently formed Task Force Zodiac.
I have seen the reports from your people, and they make my blood run cold. I just wish such a request would have come during better times.
Indeed, the reappearance of Draco being controlled by the rebel leader Coa Eden bears ill tidings for us, and limits our capacity to wage war abroad.
May I remind this council that the Task Force Zodiac has already been slated to deliver Etheria from Starkron's grip.
That was before the attack. This council has the right to reallocate military forces. Only the king could veto its decision.
That's convenient for you.
What was that?
I said that it would be most inconvenient for us if Starkron crosses the Andorian belt. Better to deal with the bigger threat now as we originally planned than to deal with it later. The anomaly will pose no threat compared to an army of undead creatures being led by a necromancer and a former ranger.
Enough of this. It is time for a vote. The vote is whether to send the Task Force Zodiac to Etheria to deal with the growing threat of Starkron, or the threat at our door. All in favor of sending them to Etheria?
Nay.
Aye.
Aye.
Lord Kharkov?
Abstain for the moment, whilst I consider.
I vote nay. Kharkov, what say you?
Being the time maker is a painful decision. If only King Consta were here.
My lords and ladies, if I may jut into the conversation, I have some information which may inform your vote.
I'll allow it.
I have heard rumor of King Consta's ailment due to his brave battle against Draco. But there might be something Etheria can do for you, and for him. Before the Demon King Saltrax laid waste to my people, you may remember that we were foremost in science and technology. Our healing arts were only comparable to the Kelnor sorcerers. This was due to our tremendous technological machines, some of which are still on our planet. Perhaps I am saying too much too soon, but Etheria still holds that technology. It has been hidden away, lest another like Saltrax finds it. We would not want someone like that being able to come back from the brink of death. Fortunately, it seems Starkron has not found our vault yet. We would happily share our technology with you if you help to liberate our planet. It is far better for this august body to possess it than Starkron.
Are you saying you've been hiding life-saving science from the Galactic Alliance?
We have, my lord. My people were fearful of it falling into wrong hands.
Why should we trust you? How do we even know you still have it? Zoltrax did lay waste to, much of your planet.
My lord, please. I am telling you one of Etheria's most closely guarded secrets, so that you can save your king and my people. I beg of you.
I know firsthand of the technological wonders of that vault. Though I thought it destroyed, I did know it existed. If there is any chance that any of those wonders still exist, we need to get there. Not only for our king, but also because we don't want Starkron getting his hands on them.
For my king, that is good enough for me. I vote aye. Send the task force to Etheria.
I concur. I change my vote to an aye.
But what about my...
Don't you dare! Remember what I said.
Very well. I change my vote to aye.
The ayes have it. The Clawduck Rangers will continue their hunt for Koa Eden, while Task Force Zodiac continues its original mission to Etheria, with the extra task of retrieving medical equipment which will resuscitate the king. In the meantime, who will take the role of regent for the king?
I haven't the time to discuss or vote on that now. I must prepare my team. Ambassador Iborian, if you would join me, I would like your council to brief my team on the mission.
Of course. My lords?
General Capricorn, I have not adjourned this meeting.
It seems she's on her mission, Lord Aquario. Without the army represented, we cannot vote.
Of course. We will revisit this matter later. Meeting adjourned.
Let us rejoin our heroes in flight as they ready to emerge from the barrier.
Well, it was a fun flight, folks, but I think we're about done with the Iarina meteor belt.
Thank the stars.
I think I'm gonna be sick for a month.
I think I lost my spellcasting ability.
You're definitely on my list, boy.
Now hold on a second there, not so tall, dark, and brooding. You think anyone could just fly through that belt that fast without being caught? That takes nerves of steel and then some.
Maybe not, but I bet someone else wouldn't have made it a joyride.
Now you're against me too, Leo? Man, that one hurt. Ooh, right down in the heart. Especially coming from my best bud.
Jason, you know what I mean. Sometimes you just like doing things a little more dangerous. Okay, most of the time.
You're not making me confident here, Leo.
Me? Dangerous? Don't you mean adventurous? Fun? Daring? Ooh, what about heroic?
No, we mean deadly.
And a bit psycho too.
That's not what I meant.
We're on a mission! Enough with the arguing!
Sorry, Grandpa. We promised to behave. Maybe we could all hug it out afterwards.
No offense, you guys, but I don't hug people who smell like they came out of the rear end of a quasar camel.
Jason, you can't say no offense and then say something offensive. That's not how it works.
You gonna tell that to Mr. List over there? He ain't been pleasant this whole trip.
Neither is your flying.
You're not helping, Van.
See what I mean?
You guys are acting stupid.
Hey, I don't take lip from some kid.
Guys, this isn't the time to argue.
How is this a military operation? We're all supposed to be soldiers here, professionals. Our king is dying and all we want to do is fetch and argue about whatever.
Just telling everybody to baba.
Alara? What did you do?
I cast a calming spell. Everyone was being stupid and wouldn't help. So I made them all friends.
When did you learn that spell?
The Archmage taught me. He said I was ready.
You surprise me sometimes.
Just wait till you see what else I've learned.
What were y'all saying?
I think Mr. Scorpio was telling you what a good job you did flying.
I was.
Yeah, it was really hard to fly that fast and not get seen. Great job, Libra.
I agree. The Iarina belt is nigh impassable outside of the corridor, but you navigated it with ease.
I told you all he could do it.
Well, thanks, y'all. I was just doing what I know how to best. Just trying to help the team.
Well done, buddy. What now?
Well, see that blue dot up ahead yonder? That's Etheria. I figure we'll be there in about an hour. If that diplomat's coordinates were right, we should be able to sneak in right behind Starkron and land where we need to.
What kind of opposition are you expecting?
Someone wasn't paying attention to the reports. The Sidera Mortis guys can't fly for nothing. They ride in meteors on account of them being dead and all.
That's gross.
They sure are, little missy. Anyway, we shouldn't have any problems, so strap yourself in and relax until we get there. I'll have us there and back again in no time. Now make sure you have the serum handy, in case we're gonna burn some Delta V getting there. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard Flight Libra. Strap on in, sit down, please put your safety trays up, and yeah!
Well done, Alara. You have proven your value on this team. Let us hope our heroes remember their objective and who their foe is, for it was given to them prior to this mission. Let us look back and see that moment.
Oh, I hate those meetings. For someone who once was a member of the Task Force Zodiac, you would think Aquaria wouldn't be so skeptical of us.
You always said that the aristocracy today is afraid of sacrifice.
True. Well, no more of that. We have work to do. We are commencing with Operation Etheria. You will be flying through the Andorian belt and landing at these coordinates. This will put you a few clicks away from the Etherian vault. The technology is being hidden there.
Did you say the Iarina belt, ma'am?
I did. It is the best way to fly in undetected. Starkron won't be expecting it.
You scared, old buddy?
I don't know, maybe a little. I can count on one hand how many times I've flown through it without using the corridor.
You? Saying you can't make it? You're the best pilot we got. With you with the stick, you'll be able to count on 2 hands how many people have done it.
I wouldn't be singing my praises just yet, old buddy. What am I flying? How's she purr?
You will be flying the Star Crusher, a Neuron 3 combat transport.
Alright, ma'am. Just so we're clear, you're gonna let me fly a 6th generation starfighter. Like one of those ones where, like, if we blow this thing up, people are gonna get kinda mad because they paid a lot of money for these. But if you're sure, I'm down.
Give him the right ship, and he'll fly anywhere.
Are you done with the pep talk?
Yes, ma'am.
What kind of opposition are you expecting?
Reports that we've gotten, and those are sparse, is that the Sidrian Mortis have not occupied this area in any great numbers. You should be able to land safely and trek on foot without meeting any resistance.
Not very encouraging, that report.
No, but it is the best we have at the moment.
Well, I can be avoided if need be. But what about the rest of you guys? This terrain isn't full of hiding spots, you know.
I know how to stay hidden.
Well, good for you, Gramps. But what about the rest of the group?
We have our ways.
What are you gonna do? Cast some magic?
Just you wait.
Libra and I were trained in stealth in the military. We'll be fine.
No more interruptions. Your objective is inside the vault. In the vault, you will need to look for this device. It's called a cortical resuscitator, or CORS for short. This is the device that we need to save King Konsta's life.
How will we know where to find it?
You have been provided a map to the facility as well as the surrounding areas by Iborian, the Etherian counselor to Draxel. Ambassador.
Thank you, my lady. First, let me speak on behalf of all of Etheria. We wish to thank you. Your willingness to take on this mission not only saves your king, and not only my planet, but the Galactic Alliance as a whole.
We are honored to help. Thank you for sharing the technology with us.
That brings us to our next objective. There is something else you need to know. The liberation of Etheria is actually only Phase 2 of Operation Etheria. Phase 1 is actually to retrieve something else. Honestly, had it not been for Draco, you wouldn't have needed the cores. You are actually in hunt of a ship. To be exact, a Shadow Chaser class.
And you lost me. I'm sorry, ma'am. I'm a ship expert. I know them front end, back end, any end, honestly. I've never heard of a Shadow Chaser before.
That is because there is only one like it. I'll let Iborian fill in the rest. Ambassador.
Thank you, General. During the age of my people, known as the Golden Epoch, Etheria was known galaxy-wide as the leaders in technology. One of our finest examples of space travel and combat was this Shadow Chaser class. It was meant to have capabilities such as perfect stealth, even in space.
Even I know that's impossible!
We used to think that as well, but our most brilliant minds found a way. And this is just one of many advanced features of the ship. Unfortunately, we were never able to manufacture or develop more, thanks to the attack from Saltrax. Following the decimation of much of our planet in Saltrax's search for high technology, the Etherian Parliament voted to keep all of our advancements a secret and to cease development of new technologies. All existing tech was put into a vault known only to the highest-ranking members of Parliament, the military, and the nobility. This self-imposed ignorance means that only a few people in Etheria's government are fully aware of what we have in that vault.
How do you know about it?
A fair question. I shouldn't know about it. In one of the last communications from Etheria, I was given this information, and permitted to share it should Draxel choose to come to our aid. The situation necessitates you knowing it. If Starkron were to get his hands on this technology, I shudder to think of what he will do with it.
So we're retrieving tech before Starkron can use it.
Then turning it against him?
Exactly. Now, there is one more thing you need to know about this ship.
Well, folks, welcome to Etheria, home of some of the best bars and babes in the galaxy. But that's not for you young ones to know quite yet. Anyhow, I guess you're kind of right, Leo. We can start counting on two hands with how many people we've thrown through the belt and survived.
I guess you dodged my list, kid.
Nice job, Libra. So how long till we hit turf?
I hope soon. The serum is wearing off. I feel sick again.
I wouldn't worry, little lady. If the coordinates are right, we should be setting down real soon. And we don't need to worry about the Starcron zombies.
How do you know?
According to the report, the Sidera Mortis ride in meteors or other objects of space travel. They don't use ships or attack fighters.
That's right. They ain't flying, so they ain't attacking.
Then what's that on the radar and the screen?
Uh-oh. That don't look like what the report said.
What is it?
You folks ain't gonna believe this, but it looks like some kind of small ships flying around the planet. They're reading all kind of nasty radiation and stuff too. Plus, I don't think it's the woman I was talking about earlier.
That can't be good. What's that mean?
You ever known that sound to be good? Ah, glormit. This is the missile lock sound warning. Looks like they're coming right for us. Well, sorry folks. So much for a soft ride. Buckle up, buttercups, cause this entry's gonna be a little bit bumpy.
Kid, if you don't get us out of this, you'll be...
We know, on your list.
My king and love, what are you dwelling on?
I am thinking about my people. How can they surround themselves with such beauty and shows of power, but be so weak? They fell to my forces so quickly, despite the technology at their disposal.
Surely with your power they were too frightened to fight.
Indeed. That is what sickens me the most. My ancestors were warriors, conquerors, explorers, and believed in daring. Now, we are complacent, weak, and fearful. My conquest is of no glory.
This is but one step in your glorious conquest.
Yes. But there was a reason I chose my own world first.
Tell me, my love.
The secrets it holds will make our Sidera Mortis unstoppable. If only one of these pathetic senators or sad excuses for a general knew anything.
My lord.
Speak, Vulcan.
Our orbital security net reports a ship approaching the planet.
One ship? You bother me with one lone ship? Destroy it and get away from me, you fool!
But my lord, it is no ordinary ship. It is a combat transport from Draxel, and it emerged from the Iarina belt, but not using the corridor. It emerged from the belt itself.
What amuses you, my lord and love?
They are here.
Who?
Capricorn has sent her Zodiac Task Force here, alone. What a fool.
We can crush them, my lord.
They are not worthy of my time. No doubt they haven't even been properly trained, but dispatched in desperate haste. Vulcan, take a hold and annihilate them. Their demise will further demoralize the Draxilians.
Time is working against the task force. King Consta's life is hanging by a thread. Koa Eden's forces are no doubt plotting their next move, and the task force must retrieve these vital objects before Starkron, lest he carry out his vile plan for the galaxy. Will the task force act in time? Tune in next time on Zodiac Task Force.
Well, hey there, everyone. It's time for your lesson learned. On today's episode, we're gonna hear it from one of the other Gemini twins. Well, I guess there's only two of them. Take it away, Vance.
On today's episode, we saw everyone start to yell and get mad at each other over unimportant things, especially when they needed to act as a team. Sometimes that happens. We need to work together to accomplish something, but we start to fight over something that doesn't matter. In our story, my sister casts a spell to calm everyone down. You can't do that in real life, but you can still make things better by being calm and talking things out. The next time you need to work together with your friends, classmates, or family, remember to stay calm and don't shout at one another. That way, you can keep focused on what's important and get the job done together. Bye now!
That's a great lesson, Vance. And to all you folk out there, I guess we'll see you next time on Zodiac Task Force.